Alright, let's get this done because I'm getting sick of this game because I already completed it. This is my second time completing it because of the failed recordings, but my god. I'm ready to just get it done, you know? So let's do this. This should be the last episode. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. Lay it down for us. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing widely elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has a giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe-registered trademark fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts at... What? Oh, the intensity in the room starts at. Full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Basta Blaster. Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and ride. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Well, sure, even Clank gets in on it. 5 double pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. She can use some dark magic to turn the tide. You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take the opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Eira. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Eira, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. Turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food? Sure, cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied, and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve? What happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing all pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spoke Monsters notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it. Sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stand. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School when I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, he tossed a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Nah, never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered the huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon extra power from deep within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Yeah, your hair turns mac and cheese orange. Oh, we're going Super Saiyan. This culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Eira, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted English. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. I'm sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Eira. You have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. Steps up to you to station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese and time's almost up, so you're gonna need it. Colonel Sanders, what about the tests? What will happen to you? What about the rules? I thought the rule was there was no rules. Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual effort. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. Seems we're missing some students. Pop, Glank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hehehe, I'm flying. Sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastics of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? Someone else for a wedgie who might refuse. I thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say. It's not the worst prank in USCL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks, clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's nothing. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. Yeah, great. I feel like towards the end here we've seen more spelling mistakes than we're in the early stages. There's been like 3 in the last 2 episodes. At the start there was like, I think 1 in the first episode, and then none in the second. Anyway, somehow we must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. Leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I have made tender udon noodles and savory soup. That looks nice. It looks nice. I don't think it'd actually be good to eat, because it's just too small. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Neurotomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from barley tea leaves, but that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I don't even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Really do I taste a dish can't speak right now. Really do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Eira, for helping me to believe in myself. So good. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made... What? Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. That really just... Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? I mean, maybe. Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pour it erratically, causing the custard to slush out. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat fish. It's poking my tongue. 5th qualified. Stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it, sometimes it helps calms my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight and a light rose water syrup topped with French, Marianne and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, Eira? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, the school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley as she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine in. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing? And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda hate this weird cop-out and everyone passes. I don't know, it just feels stupid. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Look, we made a reference. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. New menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley, what? So impressive, even... Okay, the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. That's also weird. They just agree that you're a good chef. I don't know. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. They were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Again, with that, like, it's just like, there's meant to be... Now that the school year is completed and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment. To get their groove on. Whoa! The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site for the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive, high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Doug is in the house! You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. He says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And here we get to see Ashley even hotter with her booty shorts on, and look how thick her thighs are. Fenver's also not looking bad in his extremely short singlet. I like also how Ashley keeps the boob window, showing some shoulder, some midriff. I love the casual Ashley design. Venvet and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believed them. Not another haunting. No goes allowed in graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Oh, here we go. Casual Miriam as well. Nice. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop's still wearing. He's wearing the same thing, but he's got a crown on. It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we got a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating son of the chancellor of such and such. Music in the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and what? Oh, sparking and electron kissing. Oh, it's Clank. It's Clank who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Well, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? Whoa, did Trigger write this? Sudden aliens? Am I right? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out how you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. Portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. And he's got casual clothes on as well. And I actually really like how he looks here. He looks hotter here. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. You can get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Yeah, buy KFC, guys. The end. No, it's not the end. Everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner. Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. And this is like the ending part, and I think this is different if you make different selections earlier on. I think. It seems that way, at least. Eira, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Eira. Now sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think there's something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurant? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh my dear Eira, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way you'll have me by your side. The actual end. Well, that ended up passing by way quicker than I thought it was going to. I really thought this second episode would take longer. It took longer when I recorded it originally. Oi! Stop that. I guess I talked kind of fast. It's only 5 minutes, 6 minutes quicker than I was expecting. Yeah. Game kinda sucks. It's not all bad. The presentation, for the most part, is good. The backgrounds were clean and nice. The portraits are really good. I really like them. They're probably the best part, honestly. The music was good at times. It's kind of a mixed bag. Writing was not my cup of tea. And the reason for that is because it's just all over the place. Like, it just keeps jumping between all these weird different plot points. The way there was that student character who was like a ghost and kept showing up. I don't know if that was meant to be funny, but it just was annoying and weird and kept shattering any semblance of what was going on. The whole spork monsters thing was really weird and out of place. The way it also just turned into an RPG battle for a moment there was weird. Pop and Clank basically had no real relevance to the story, and anytime they had scenes in that they were in, they were weird. Yeah, it was just a whole lot of weird things that weren't funny or didn't really land right with me. It just felt weird, and so overall the writing is a huge mixed bag. I didn't like it most of the time. Colonel Sanders' dialogue was pretty good. That was about it. In terms of the writing, even the self-insert character, the Eira writing was also just not good. Miriam was alright as well, I guess. But even Van and Ashley, although I like them, some of their dialogue was just weird. The whole game's like that. There was the spell book, which just like weirdly came really important at the end with two big choices. Well, what felt like two big choices. Yeah, I don't know. The presentation's there. The visuals are there. The rest, not so much. It also just is missing a lot of... Oh my god, I'm sorry I keep dropping this thing. There's also a lot of... It lacks quality of life features that are in like every visual novel. There's no... The fast forward is a button in the corner that you have to hold. There's no saving and loading from a specific point. You can just load from the start of each chapter. So then there's also no saving. It auto saves at each chapter, but and then there's which means you also can't have multiple saves. If you go and load an older chapter and then start playing, it cuts off access to the later chapters. It's weird. There is no log, which I found extremely annoying. I hate that. There should always be a log in visual novels, please, for the love of God. Even non-visual novel games have logs during dialogue scenes sometimes. I know, well, Fire Emblem Three Houses is a great example. Always has a log. It's had one for ages now. Like a lot of Fire Emblem games have a log during dialogue. It's just a good thing to have, and for something like a visual novel to not have it is weird. Also, it's called a dating sim. They call it one, but it's not really one in my eyes. In my eyes, it's not really a dating sim unless there's actually simulated dating. This is like kind of, because you get close to Colonel Sanders and all that, but not really. And also, he's the only option. Like, you can, even if it did simulate dating, I wouldn't call it a dating sim because it's a genre name. It's not actually describing what it exists as. And the genre is defined by having multiple choices and a bunch of other stuff like that, which this game just doesn't have. So, yeah, overall, I didn't actually like it that much. Worst visual novel we've done thus far. And it's given me more appreciation for Katawa Shoujo. My complaints for Katawa Shoujo still stand, but this has given me a bit more of appreciation, and we will return to Katawa Shoujo in maybe 3 or 4 videos, I think. Because I gotta get Sims 3 Part 5 out, and then it might be Pokemon and Sims, and then Katawa Shoujo. We'll see where it falls. I can't remember the exact order I was uploading things in. But we'll be returning to Katawa Shoujo as our reading now that this is done, and normal uploads now that this is done. So, subscribe if you want to see when those are coming out. Make sure to give this video a like. See you guys next time.